everybody, it's Gina. Welcome back to the Library Mouse. Welcome if you're new. Today I thought that I would take a look at some books where the setting is a bookshop. How fun is that? What reader doesn't like to read books that take place in a bookstore or a library, right? So let's check out some of the newer books published within the last couple of years that take place in bookstores. Okay, so the first book that sounds intriguing is a book called The Echo of Old Books by Barbara Davis. It was published in 2023, Lakeside Publishing, and it is a Goodreads Choice Award nominee. So basically it is the story of a rare book dealer. Her name is Ashlyn. She loves, obviously, old books. And she discovers unpublished volumes of a tragic, decades-old romance. And she becomes obsessed with finding out the truth behind these the doomed lovers. So the story or the volumes contain conflicting views of this romance between the two authors, Hemi and Belle. So it sounds like a really good book, but she's caught up in a decades-old literary mystery. So it sounds like if you like those cozy mystery bookstore kind of books, this sounds like the perfect book. I'm actually going to look for this at the library this week, and I'm going to see if we can find it. So, The Echo of Old Books by Barbara Davis. So the second book is very new. It is called The Memory Library, and it is by Kate Storey. So this is not actually a bookshop, it's more of a home library. So I kind of pushed that issue a little bit, but it sounds really good. It's a 4.5 on Amazon, 4.3 on Goodreads. So it is the story about Sally Harrison. So every year on her daughter's birthday, she adds a book to her shelves, with a note on the front dedicated to her own greatest work, her daughter. But Ella, which is Sally's daughter, had fled to Australia 21 years ago after heated exchange and never looked back. And so Sally keeps adding books every year to her daughter's bookshelf, but she is estranged from her daughter. She keeps hoping that her daughter is going to return home. And then disaster strikes and Ella is forced to return to the home she once knew. And that it's a story of reconciliation and mother-daughter relationship. I think it sounds really good. So that is The Memory Library by Kate Storey. So for all of you cozy murder mystery readers, that might be a genre I need to start reading. We have a book called The Body in the Bookstore. This is the only one that I'm going through that's actually part of a series. It is a secret bookcase mystery. It was published in 2024. Has a 4.3 on Amazon and a 4.0 on Goodreads. So this is book 1 of 6. So there's a bookseller, Annie Murray, and she's very, very happy. She's setting up a mystery themed book festival in her town to revive the bookstore and her town that she lives in. But suddenly a body is discovered hidden behind the shelves in her bookstore. It's revealed that the victim is Annie's old college acquaintance. So she is determined not to let this ruin the festival. She wants to save the small town of Redwood Grove from the killer, and the list of suspects just keeps growing. A local boutique owner, an envious old classmate, a bitter ex-boyfriend. And she's drawn deeper into the case, and obviously she wants to be the sleuth to figure out the murder mystery. So, if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, it's a new book, The Body in the Bookstore by Ellie Alexander. Okay, this next book is brand new. It does not come out until June 10th, so put it on your TBR. It is the Lamplighter's Bookshop. It is written by Sophie Austin. It is being billed as a brand new, spellbinding, romantic, historical fiction novel. So you have a lot in this little book. So it is basically Evelyn Seton answers an advertisement to be an assistant at a forgotten bookshop in New York. But she's not the only person that has something to hide. She meets the prickly William Morton. He is an aspiring writer who is keeping his own secrets, but obviously there's a little romance there going on. As the layers are brushed away, can Evelyn and William find the courage to write the next chapter of their story? I think it sounds good. It says it will captivate fans of historical fiction and romantic tales, heartwarming novel, loved the characters and their stories. It's written by her, published by HarperCollins. I think it sounds intriguing. So, and it makes you wonder what their secrets are. So that is The Lamplighter's Bookshop by Sophie Austin. All right, so the next book is, I have to say, I love the covers on these books. Like, these covers are ones that would definitely attract my attention. This is called The Booklovers Library, a novel. It was published in September of 2024. It's written by Madeline Martin and published by Hanover Square Press. So it is a heartwarming story about a mother and daughter in wartime England. And the mother finds herself in need of a job, and she persuades the manageress at this Booklovers library to take a chance on her with her job. But with the threat of war coming to England, they need to evacuate her daughter, Olivia. And she goes to the countryside, as many children were sent away during that time period. So she forms friendships and bonds with her neighbors and her co-workers, and she gets a renewed sense of purpose through the bookshop's quirky regulars. But books are mysteriously misshelved and disappearing, and the work at the London Library forces her to confront the memories of her late father and the bookstore that they once owned together before a terrible accident. And then it does talk about the Blitz in Nottingham and her trying to reunite with her daughter. So I feel like it's a little bit of World War II historical fiction also. It sounds really good. She was also the author of The Last Bookshop in London. So I'm wondering if that is a prequel to this. Now, I'm not sure, but just from looking at the information, it sounds like it might be. Maybe it's about the bookstore that she and her father owned. I'm thinking maybe this sounds like it should be a standalone, but it would be interesting to know if that's a duology. I'm going to have to check that out. If it is, I'll write it down below. So that is The Booklovers Library by Madeline Martin. The next book sounds like something that I would really enjoy. It would probably, I think, go along with the Diversity Book Challenge that Ellen is hosting over at Ellen Made Book Club. It is called Welcome to the Hyunam-Dong Bookshop. It is written by Hwang, Bo-reum, and it was published in 2024. It is about a woman named Young-ju who did everything she was supposed to. She went to college, she got married, she had a respectable job, but then it all fell apart. So she's burned out and she quits her old life and she follows her dream to open a bookshop. And she opens a bookshop in this little neighborhood in Seoul, Korea, and she's surrounded by books. She and her customers use the bookstore to take refuge in. There's a lonely barista, there's a unhappily married coffee roaster, there's a writer. They all have disappointments in their past and they all come together and form bonds at the bookshop. That sounds really good. Now, reading the reviews, some people are just saying it's kind of mediocre, but I would definitely give this book a chance. I don't know. It sounds good. I like books that have to do with people who are having troubles, who don't have family, the found family kind of stories. I like movies. I like books like that. And this book sounds intriguing to me. So it is Welcome to the Hyunam-Dong Bookshop. So the next story is called The Bookshop Ladies. It is written by Faith Hogan, and the blurb is, it's the perfect uplifting story of friendship and community. Another one very similar to the bookshop in Seoul. It was published in 2024, and it is shortlisted for the 2024 and Post Irish Book Award. So this is a gripping saga of friendship, betrayal, and secrets. In this story of a widow in search of answers to a shocking confession from her dying husband. It says that she has no idea why her French art dealer husband has left a valuable painting to a woman called Robin Tessier in Bally Cove. But she's determined to find out why her husband left this painting to this woman. So she goes to this town and she finds out that Robin runs this kind of chaotic and unprofitable bookshop. She's shy. She's badly in need of advice on how to run her bookshop. And Joy kind of becomes entangled in the comings and goings and the drama of Bally Cove. That sounds good. So, and once again, I really love the cover of this book. Some of the comments are utterly enchanting. I loved it. There's a glow in the book, a beautiful and intriguing story celebrating self-discovery, friendship, and family bonds. So that is The Bookshop Ladies by Faith Hogan. So the next story is The Vanishing Bookstore. It is a spellbinding and unput-downable page turner. It just came out in January of this year. It is written by Helen Phifer. It goes back and forth between Salem, 1692, and the present day. So, in 1692, the story is that there is a bookstore that's covered in vines, and inside of it is a young woman who's hiding out. She puts her linen journal under a loose floorboard and runs away, and the bookstore vanishes into thin air. And then we go to the present day where Dora can't believe she's about to finally meet the mother she thought died tragically when she was just a child. But the excitement is short-lived. Dora's mother has fear in her eyes, and with a trembling voice she whispers, "My life is in danger, and now so is yours." So Dora starts digging into her family's past, and she comes upon this secret. The key to her survival is hidden in a bookstore that no one has seen for generations. So she goes on this thorny path to try to find this bookstore that had vanished, and she gets the feeling that someone is watching her. And she does find the doorway to this bookstore. So, a little magical realism, it sounds like. It got a 4.3 rating on Amazon, 4.0 on Goodreads. Some of the comments are spellbinding, heart-stopping, page-turner, breathtaking. I adored this book. It's perfect for fans of Wayward, which is a book on my TBR. I have tried to get that book out of the library so often, and I've not been able to get it. My next stop is just buying it, but I don't normally buy books that I haven't read, just in case I don't like them. Like, I don't know. I'd rather read it from the library. So if you read Wayward, drop your opinion of it down below. But they say it's a lot like Wayward, The Lost Apothecary, and Practical Magic. So that is called The Vanishing Bookstore by Helen Phifer. So those are just a few newer books to check out that have a library or a bookstore theme and really pretty covers. Hopefully, if you read any of them, let me know, or if you have read any of them, let me know. Obviously, they were all books that caught my eye when I was, researching and perusing different books. And I think that this week when I head to the library, I will definitely be looking for some of them. So let me know in the comments if you've read any, and I'll see you on the next video. Happy reading.